so many things. But this is just like an introduction. I mean, how I got into modular construction, I got into bamboo. It was just primarily because I was thinking.
We modular construction, especially from school, what comes to my mind is grids. What comes to my mind is using 3-meter grids, 300 mm. Like that's what when you that is modular construction in an estate major project. Well, what you said, your discussion also raises the question of what happens when bamboo becomes famous. That's a question that I would want us to look at later. But I want to ask this question differently. If we want to build with bamboo, and this is what I mean by wall. If we want to start implementing bamboo, bamboo is really, really flexible. What will be required of architects comes to the design itself, not the implementation. What do you think? Do we need to change the way we think? Do we need to change our curriculum?
Okay, let me try. We will definitely, it's not for everybody that, all the different architecture that was, do you understand? I might be able to implement to my mind now is like the dolphin houses. If I'm correct, those houses were prefab. Yeah, prefab. How many people do prefab now? Do you understand? Now like you said, we've started going back to building brick by brick. But when you look at prefab, modular housing, they're almost like the same kind of systemic solutions. It worked because they had, that estate to do. And I think they also replicated it somewhere around, maybe after VG, something like that, same kind of housing. So it's also in terms of scale. The design and the detailing would definitely be different from, you need to understand design detailing. You also need to understand the tropicality of where we are in order to know the best use case. So it's a forte issue. I mean, if you don't understand, it works for you. You can do your 6-meter cantilever. Are we able to achieve that yet with bamboo? Do you understand? It has its limitations. For an action, is building, specifically, he might be able to do that. For me, I don't think I'm going to be so patient to be able to do it. Truthfully.
So yeah, do we need to think differently? Yes. Like the typical example I shared earlier, I assumed it's just to know where to position the bamboo poles. Every meters were not all the same. I mean, it's a different material entirely. You need to study it in depth. Protecting it, right? So your clients, you can't force it down their throats. So you need to introduce it to them gradually and apply the bamboo to you. Yeah, the likes of Dr. Bamboo, eventually, which will make build it. That also, like she said, do you have the time to detail all that? Because you would have to sit down, to create that movement. It depends. Let me not put a timeline to that. But aside from just using it as a raw material, as raw bamboo poles, I mean, so in terms of computational design, digital fabric pellets, to, for 3D printing, you have to think differently. Yeah, so you need to study the material and see what people have done with it. It would also help, enhance your imagination.
I'm going to take it to finance and influence. You see, finance and influence lived in a cocoon. We just get clients and all that. But for us to go into all this, we need to change influence and finance. Because to build 10,000 houses, you are no longer just thinking of, you know what I mean? You are thinking about influence. Because I told a friend of mine who went into real estate that, look, influence is a major issue in finance. He thought I was joking. The audacity. Don't you know that Boni are not in anywhere? How come? Why did you think they had to run away? They ran away to America. Yes, they ran away. Now, for us to, as architects, to take control of the built environment, we have to start thinking of influence and financing, not just design. I don't know whether I can understand what I mean. At some point, NIA decided to sponsor politicians, for architects to become politicians. We had yes, we had a vice president at some point. We had a governor, I think Omokodion became governor. We had, NIE was deliberate about it at some point, that we need to come so that we can make policy, we can influence policy. Instead of just sitting back and complaining, we have to put people there to influence policy. Now, the US aid was a major pool of money. In fact, a friend of mine got all these 2%. I was just telling her that I used to get these 2% 25-year loans, which is like nothing. At some point, he started getting grants to build affordable housing. In fact, he's about the only person in Nigeria that builds really affordable Abuja, Samodia. Now, at some point, because of Trump, that USA dried up. To do these things, we have to be the influencers. We can't be complaining. We have to somehow find a way to be in the corridors of power. Power upstairs, I didn't even remove the governor. He was not the governor, he was not, but he was in power in Ibadan. You couldn't do anything in Ibadan without calling him. Obasanjo had to visit him in Ibadan. He didn't visit Obasanjo. Obasanjo came from a private city removing the governor's billboard, and the governor had to run to the president. He couldn't handle the man in Ibadan. He had to go to Abuja. So the point is, now that's an extreme situation. I'm not saying we need to get to that point, but I'm saying that for us to be able to deploy this thing, I've done this for 30-something years. I've tried to break through, and I've come to see that to break through, you must have influence. You cannot just sit down. You can't. You have to have influence. You have to be able to get these things and prove your point. Now, once you prove your point and have a pilot project, it becomes easier. Like Sam now. Sam gets something. Shibajo came to cry in his estate. This one came to cry. Why can't Nigeria be like this? Why? Because he's succeeding. Once you have success, people want to allow people. I keep telling young people, look, you need to do better than us. We messed things up. My generation messed a lot of things up in Nigeria. But I'm not asking myself, even though we messed things up, we have given you something that you don't even know that we have given you. We have modeled a certain life to you, a life that success does not come from critical thinking. Success just happens. You ride a Lamborghini, you do. You see, we haven't modeled that life of critical thinking to you as a factor in success. You may not understand what I'm saying immediately. Then you see people who are thinking professors, and you don't need to be an innovator. Or you just need to. No, that's what we have modeled. Let me tell you a hilarious story. There was a boy in Benin that I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be Benin. He said, no. We are not asking you. We are asking what profession. He told the guy, no, you are the one that doesn't understand me. It's not that I don't understand. You don't understand me. I don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer. I want to be Igbenedion. Because if I'm Igbenedion, I can employ the doctor. I can employ. So you see, his thinking has been affected. He does not want to contribute to better society. We have modeled it. The next one was a little boy in the same Benin. When Obasanjo was doing one of those his anniversaries, he told the guy, okay, if you are president of Nigeria, what will you do? You know what he said? He said, I'm going to steal the whole money. Obasanjo was so embarrassed because they were foreign journalists. He said, I'm going to steal. Obasanjo said, okay, see what is happening. I can't see a little boy. So my point is that I'm asking myself, how do we redo what we have done? What do we do to get the young people to believe in innovation? To believe in Nigeria, to believe that they can make contributions, to believe that they should make, not even can, they should. How do we get them to believe that these things we're talking about are really the answers? All of us, because we can't talk about these things in isolation. I don't have to build bamboo. No, influence. So the people influential in government are saying no to the policy, and you can't make any move. Once they say no, you can't do anything. You can't do any business. She will not want to talk about it, but I know she has experienced. So thank you very much. I think I went in. I can be passionate about it.
A lot. On the bright side, this is the first time we're sitting to talk about this. So I think on the bright side, all of this issue, you were mentioning, when you started talking about money, audience is already thinking of business ideas because that is how we build this. Then you started talking about influence, and it brings me to the next question, which I wanted to ask Dr. Magdalena, is that when Athlete Pogba was talking about influence, we are up to 100, but there is so much more we can do when a lot of people are involved. There's so much more that can be done when people believe there. Is Bamboo going to feed me about the movements, for example? That is modernism a lot, but they don't know the history of it. Instead of the World War II, I think they were having issues there to live somewhere, and they didn't want it to be just ways to be doing Gothic. I mean, La Sagrada did was an answer to they were supported because the solution they created. They've been in the industry for the business of bamboo for a very long time. What gaps have you seen? Because I'm thinking, it seems as though only architects are interested. It looks like we are the only ones who are interested, because, and for us, from our perspective, is more of, we can design when it comes to labor, when it comes to so many other things that I may not know because I'm not in the industry. What are the gaps you've seen, which you believe may be?
The industry is basically non-existent here compared to countries that have been using bamboo for a long time. There is know-how, but we need to teach the people who are because the cost of power, that's a big issue. And but that I think will be going down in the next few years. Then the next one is going to be the knowledge, but there are enough institutions from outside Nigeria who are interested in sharing it. And some people have trained it with the outside world. So we're still in like the crash stage. And as soon as I saw something in the corner of the warehouse, have a site if you want to. So there's I think if somebody does something and that brings profit and the news spreads, that will be a catalyst. Because it is a profit.
And so that means that will push us to study. We need to study the industry in countries where bamboo is succeeding.
Like there are universities. Yeah, I do have quite a network of people from Europe and South America and Asia. They meet sometimes online. Our students they teach kinds of depending on there are people who are willing.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So that means, oh my God, that means we have a lot to do. We have a lot to do. We have a lot to do. You know, time is really, really fast spent, and I want to ask. China, you mentioned China when you were presenting. China has the first bamboo. Those guys they're on another level. So that means to us, we need to study, what's it called? The workflow. I believe the biggest thing you could take away from this is look for where this thing is actually working. Look at the processes involved. Find something that you connect to. In labor, you could organize something. Because at the end of the day, people don't want to do these things because they don't know where they fit. And you also mentioned you went to a school, Bamboo U. There's so much you can. There's only so much so much that we can actually tell you. At the end of the day, it's dependent. So my not final question, but I was speaking to someone, and I think this would be a question for Dr. Magdalena, since you understand. I mean, anyway, he mentioned that we've had a problem with deforestation. Don't you think that we are going to get into the same problem. Does bamboo grow fast enough for us to? Does it actually go fast enough if it becomes a movement? If it becomes a movement and there's bamboo movement, who knows? Maybe in 100, 200 years, students of architecture will be studying, and they'll be mentioning the names of some of the people in this hall. Do we? Amen. Do we actually? I mean.
I think that it's okay. I think the only country that is complaining about not having sufficient bamboo at the moment, or among all those who have abundance, like Vietnam is really abundantly exportable, is China, because they have used it to do so many things, replacing plastics in some constructions that we don't like, nuclear power plants. And in our case, there's no problem whatsoever. Like zero. Plantations are just starting. Like 10,000 hectares at a time, just starting. We have not. We have 100, 200 years, and yeah, at least, if not more. A normal tree, I don't know, it takes 25 years before it matures. I'm not sure. But with bamboo for construction, it's 4 to 5 years. You have to let it grow. For other applications, really 2, 3 years, or less, depending on what you want to use it for. But for construction, 4 or 5 years, and it just grows very, very fast. It replaces itself. You don't have to replant every single time. You plant once and you relax for 100 years, 120.
Okay, thank you very much. But I think we've discussed this bamboo thing. See what I can do with it to see how I can, help. Because like I said earlier, I'm very passionate about sustainable design. Definitely, but I'm very passionate about sustainable design, especially for climate responsiveness, and in that line, as it helps us and as it helps our world. And so my final question is question in a sense, but like in 2-3 minutes, I want each one of the speakers to, say something very important that you believe we've not touched, and that you believe will be very, very, you believe is very useful. A question we've not answered, a discussion. Okay, let me put the question better. What is the biggest gap you see from your perspective? What do you think is the biggest issue? Just 2-3 minutes and then we'll pass.
From my perspective, it's the cost of financing, because we would have started the project a long time ago. We can't do it with 35% interest rate per annum from a commercial bank.
Look, I think students, you come together, you meet, you talk about these issues, like what we're doing now. That would really help, because it would create awareness, power. One person advocating for something is not the same as 100 people advocating for it. You see what happened. Let's forced the hands of the kidnappers, and today the children are released. So I think you as young people need to start to cluster, to talk about this part of it.
I think it's just to push awareness, pavilions. Around the corner. Let's do some vision, to be honest. We discuss
The scale. Every innovation or every idea needs to be scaled. Whether you're everyone architect, because the profession itself can be so domineering. I'm not sure that everyone here is an architect. Exactly. Some people are going to be suppliers. Some people are going to be distributors. Some are going to be marketers. Some are just going to be business developers. So whatever it is that catches your fancy in this niche idea that we're talking about, look at how you can start small and you can scale it. Okay, you might not necessarily be a designer. You might not want to do a 7-story mid-rise. You might not want to do a boat that breaking down into small groups. How can I be of importance along this value chain, as Dr. Madani showed in her presentation? I'm going to play in the nursery field, and I'm going to be excellent at it. I'm going to have a plantation. I'm going to be in logistics, because for us, again, in the work that we do, it comes from implementation, that comes in construction, and eventually livability. So the different areas where you can play. So don't just be very micro-minded, so to say, about the whole idea. Think about scale from there and grow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we're going to get to the questions. Does anybody have any question? Okay. Please start. Two people. All right.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sheriff Abi. I'm not an architect per se, but I'm a chartered accountant, so do more finance. So my question goes to us. I've heard a lot about your speeches, great speeches, and how bamboo can be upskilled. So what is like the architect body as a body architecture? How are you guys trying to like put up policies? Like he mentioned influence. You can't have influence from outside the power grid. So what bills are you trying to like sponsor in the National Assembly? So actually, because she mentioned that there was no legislation for bamboo and they refused her exporting it. So if there are no legislation, it can actually grow because it's not law abiding. Because we as financial experts, what we are thinking about is finance and tax and the rest. We don't actually know how bamboo grows or the rest. So what is the plans you guys have for to actually form strong legislation that can actually back the growth and in general the ecosystem of bamboo sustainability, like she said as well. So that's it. Thank you. Should I get the mic too?
Thank you, but so when you say as architects, again, architecture is just one of these very, very high class names that you hear. Architects do a lot of dirty work, I hope you know, but it's a it sounds like an elitist profession, but that's just by the way. But for policy, which is what you're talking about, advocacy, I think as the Oba mentioned it, there needs to be influencing. Again, influencing around priorities is very important. Nigeria, before you could start to talk about people living, the common man living in a 100-story high-rise, they're first thinking of how to survive. So, I'll tell you that we would get there. Because I know, I've been pretty much opportune to work in the council of the NIA, so I know that in the back, in the backbone or behind the scenes, there's all of this talk, trying to different administration of the institutions come up, they try to innovate, but I can tell you for free that they will look at the immediate priorities. Can we build? Is there shelter? That's the first priority, I think. Before you now start to now think who is going to use bamboo and all. And to mention, there are a lot of architects in the Senate, in the House of Reps, in the House of Assembly. There are even some that are permanent secretaries. You really need to go and. So there's a lot of influencing that happens. But how do you influence a policy when you don't have proof of concept? It's also important. Somebody needs to have that proof of concept to say, this thing works. Then we can now influence policy about it. We don't have factories. We don't have, even the plantations are they regulated. There are a lot of agencies that need to come together before you now start to look at. And it's not just NIA. It will not be NIA, to be the builders. It will even be town planners. Which areas are we going to designate for this plantation? Where will they be regulated? There will be logistics. MON will come in, Manufacturers Association. Standard organization will come in. So everybody needs to be standardized, because you don't want a situation where somebody brings a bamboo supply chain and then 2 days after you now see snake coming out of it. It's true. Or you see one reptile. So these things have to be standardized. Or it's just like ceilings and any other thing. Somebody has been, it didn't just come up and say, oh, this is not ceiling, or this ceiling is a acoustic board or whatever. There's been a lot of testing. There's been a lot of checks. Before it now becomes legislation, bamboo can now become a. But I can tell you for free that conversations like this out of this room will help to drive you know, the scalability of it, to make it bigger, to make it, you know, something that needs to stand the test of time, and something that also aligned with climate, you know, climate change, because it's very key now. With the way we're going, with the way the temperature is going, with the way the weather keeps changing, we need to adapt it to what, you know, some of all those goals. And I'm sure that with time, you know, you said you're an accountant, but you know, everybody's also sitting at the table. We're also talking money, because of what use is a product that people can buy, of what use is a product that people cannot afford. And I can tell you for free, when something is piloted, it's going to be very expensive. But you now have a lot of distributors, you know, who are already in the market, who are able to do that same thing at a very, you know, rapid rate, and then it now begins to drive down the price. So eventually it will happen, but I'm sure that somewhere along the line somebody will take the policy to National Assembly, and it will come. Maybe in another 10 years, maybe in another 20, maybe again, like I said, policy when there's somebody that is really into it, maybe the NCC, the climate change, you know, the different organizations, you know, it's just everybody's working in silos in Nigeria, and it's not making a lot of efforts to show, but I'm sure it would happen.
Thank you very much, Ma. All right, your question. Or do we have?
Very sorry, one of our speakers needs to attend to something quickly. So, okay, all right. So, we also leave it to
So I think before our speakers leave, we just have the final beach house presentation, which I would love the. Okay. Okay, no problem. Yeah, you can. It's currently live. So because yes, it's currently live. So we'd love you to have the jury, because we want you to please just kindly send the PDFs to them. Thank you very much. All right. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And please, for anyone who wants to get in touch or anything, Ezekiel has my contact.
Yes. Thank you very much, Actor. Thank you so much.
Oh, this is locked.
All right. Thank you very much for your patience. All right. So before I think before the founder of Global comes for his presentation, yes. So we can continue with our design challenge, and afterwards we'll be having a jury for it with architect Ogba. He's going to be jurying it, and we are going to be awarding our winners. Yes, you can go and pick up your project now and start. You have just 5 minutes to do your final touches. Yes. Plan it for the presentation. Yeah, just 5 minutes, please. So, what do you want me to do? Yeah, you know, once they are done, they are going to be jurying them. They are going to come out there and present and yeah. So please just if you just have 5 minutes for that. Alright, let's start rounding up our project.
Give us more time.
Alright, let's start rounding up our project. So we want to go straight to the jury presentation by the founder.
start rounding up, please. Time is fast spent already. Let's start rounding up. Hi guys, can we have the presentations please? Can we see your masterpieces out here? No, you have to bring it out please. Come on man, please bring it out. No now, Please let's bring it out, please. Join hands together. It can fly, it can disappear, it can reappear. Let us bring it out here please. Thank you. Make it happen, please. Make it happen. Group A, please. We're waiting for you. Let's bring it out. Let's bring it out. We are still waiting for you guys. It cannot be an upscale. You can carry it with your hand. Just carry it with your hand. It's not difficult. Carry it with your hand. Don't carry the chair. Carry the material itself. Don't carry the chair. Carry what? Carry your what? Yes. We're almost done. I mean, I would have said my learning colleague, but then we're not in the same category, so I would say my learning colleague instead. You guys can carry that one. As far as your base is strong, you are good to go now. So can you clear out or is this part of the structure also? No, not with the chair, I mean with the crevices, this your This is one out of, this E. So who's going to present for you guys? Who is presenting please? Wait, we don't want an architect presenting, we need somebody else. You guys already know the terminology. We need an architect talking here. We don't want an architect presenting, please. We don't want an educated architect to present. We want someone else, not in that discipline. This is a strong tower. Oh, sorry. 5 minutes. 5 minutes more, please. 5 minutes more. Yeah, exactly. That's why you guys should be the first one to present.
Just allow the beat that junior voice, junior guys. This package don't do this.
Please round up. Same time.
You are using too much time, so that you disqualified already.
I mean, just minus their back. It's not spaghetti, please. It's not pasta. Nah, stir fry that. I'm sure that as architects you also work with time, right? I mean SMART. We work with that also. So you're not expecting less from you guys. That's why I'm missing it, sir. Blessing has talked about this one. How many architects do we have over there? Too many architects, too many brains. Too many suggestions, that's right. Is this a beach house? It is, Abby. It's a sand castle. Spaghetti castle. This time is not on our side. Three minutes left, please. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Presents for Group B. Who is presenting, please? Not an architect. I mean, the point of all of this is to make sure that the layman understands it, right? Bamboo is for everybody. Because all architects say they want to build a bamboo structure, and a layman will say that. I don't know what it's for now. Who's the general one? Explain to us.
Alright,
Architects. It's time for us to submit, please. Yeah, come and present, please. Step forward. Group A, we're waiting for you, please. This one is not building, you know. Group, please, we need it to be out here, please. Group A. Group A. Group A, please, I'm waiting for you. Group A, please, step forward. With your. You have 2 minutes left, please. We wait for Una now. It's morning. It's a beach house, actually. It's a beach house. That's all I can say. Please, who is presenting for Group A? Okay. It's falling down. this is. Hi guys, can we have our attentions over here? Hello everybody. So we have here group A and we have over there group B. So initially we group them into A's and B's, right? So now, who do you want to present first? Please, I need a chorus answer. A or B? Who is presenting first? Who is presenting first? A or B? A or B?
A say B, say A.
Your people are not supporting you. Your name and what it is and what it's for and functionality.
And what?
Functionality.
Functionality. About an architect, all these terminologies. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Global Bamboo Expo 3, and this is our what do you call design share? What? Yeah, design share. So I'm a member of group A. By profession, I'm an accountant, digital accountant. But I've been given the task to tell you what we built. So this started off as a bridge, and it's metamorphosed into a pavilion, and finally it became a beach house. Please, a round of applause for Group A. Thank you very much. Guys, to tell you the amount of flexibility and mind juggling that went through this thought process in the wonderful members of Group A. Please, a round of applause for our Group A members. So, as you can see, this is a 2-story beach house. 1 story. Okay, 1-story beach house. This is a 1-story beach house, and it has a rooftop where you can have your parties. Thinking about leisure and recreation, you can have it on the rooftop. It's a multi-purpose building. Do you understand? And then you could see some spaghetti. No, don't call it spaghetti. It's not spaghetti. Some sands. You could have, if you parking with your family, you can have a little garden and grow some nice vegetables. Vegetables is good for your body. I'm talking about sustainability here, and that's what Group A is all about. And a beach house, do you understand? So this is a beach house for you and your family to move into and enjoy your stay. Just contact the Group A contact person, and we will sell it off at a very affordable price. Thank you very much. And another thing, this house was the inspiration to Group B because their initial structure collapsed. Did your structure collapse or not? Did your first structure collapse or not? Okay, thank you very much. And one more thing. If you can see, our structure has a rooftop to prevent rain and sun, but there it is open. And they will beat you if you go to that structure. Thank you. I'm marketing my structure, please.
Thank you so much. Okay. Should you also talk right?
Alright, good afternoon, everybody. So, my name is Shalaye, and I work in finance. And I'm a member of Group B. So, this right here is the structural framework of a shed. And as you can see, it's well organized and it's well structured. For the down part, we used 8 spaghetti, or 8, how do I call it now? Strands. 8 bamboos for the ground structure, and it's connected to 19 different connectors. That's the marshmallows there, which we have used to make sure that the structure is very, very stable. It is organized, and you can come in here and you will not feel threatened. You can come in here, you will not be scared that it's going to collapse. There is a shed, and there is you can see the top here. Can you let me speak? Can you let me speak? Yeah, exactly.
You're not taking outside the box. This is time.
So, please can you let me speak? Can you let me speak? Yeah. So as I said, it's very, very organized. It's very structured. It is very strong. As you can see, I don't need to, put my hand or try to hold it. It is staying, and you can see it's very firm. I think that's the word. It is very, very firm, and it connects. I was not speaking to you, please. I was not speaking to you. So, yeah, that's our presentation for Group B, and we hope that this inspires you to create something extraordinary. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I mean, we all can see. It's not about here system around. We all can see. Okay.
Don't just look at the building. I want you to let your imagination run wide. I just talked about gardens. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And vegetables.
Architectural structure actually give us the
Yeah.
picture you're trying to
I can see. So I think for what I will pull out from this, right, before I give it to one of our panelists to judge this or ask them questions, right? What I can pull out from this is, based on the story behind it, there was no concrete flow of what the actual plan would have been from the onset. Meaning that if you don't have a structural or if you don't have an actual plan that you want to fix with from the onset to achieve a particular dream or a particular goal, you cannot solve the problem, right? So starting from a bridge to what else, please?
Okay, from what you said, forget about the whole process. Let's focus on the actual house. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Please, would you like to ask them questions? Probably. Just a few minutes of time, sir.
Okay, well, it depends on. The first thing is to know what is the purpose of the exercise, and who is the organizer. What is the purpose of the exercise? Is it to build something structural, or is it just to build an artwork? Well, when you use the word stability, then you see this one is like deconstruction. No, it's not. It's like there's something in architecture. There is a movement called deconstructivism. That means that you can Google it. So from that perspective, it could be considered to be creative, because deconstruction doesn't mean that the thing will fall. No, deconstruction means that the thing may look like it fall, but it's actually not falling. But there must be some trajectory, there must be some logic, some sequence.
Yes, it's like a beach house and beach house are not meant to be. They're meant to be aesthetically pleasing. This is aesthetically pleasing. Do you understand?
I'm trying to understand the sequence behind the elements. So I'm trying very hard to get it to your mind. The sequence, like for instance, you have this element. Okay, it is not part of it. Yeah, because you see, I will forgive you because you're not an architect. That's the only reason. So I will. So where is the architect? Who are the architect?
Wow. It's a teamwork,
Did you see? Did anybody Google deconstructivism? Did anybody Google? Let's read what it means. My driver is waiting for me outside. I wish I had enough time. This would have. I want him to read. It will be something for you to learn. I mean, you are learning. Everybody is learning. Have you gotten it? Read what it says.
modern architectural model. How do
Mhm.
this might be challenges traditional rules by fragmenting structures, breaking symmetry, and creating an appearance of controlled chaos. Control.
By creating an appearance of controlled chaos. So it's chaotic but controlled. There's some logic, even though it is chaotic, but there's some control. It doesn't just look like, it doesn't look random. There seems to be some thought, some critical pattern of thinking, even though it looks chaotic. Now that is what this would have tended to, but this was, it went a little bit off. It went a bit out of control to some extent. But it's okay that they are thinking this way. I mean, I must also encourage the fact that you didn't want to do something conventional. So it is something to be encouraged. But the issue is that it needs to be controlled. It needs some logic. It needs to have some boundary. I would have liked to talk more about this, but my time. Somebody is waiting for me outside. This one is nice. Looking at it, you can see some level of balance. I would have said symmetry, but some things are a little bit off. So let me use the word balance, not symmetry, to describe it. And this one looks like a structure. I mean, looking at it, you can see that it is a sort of structure. That's why I asked the question, is it architecture? There's a difference between architecture and sculpture. Because architecture houses people and events, while sculpture doesn't house anything, it does them. So there was a debate in those days about what constitutes architecture and what constitutes structure. Because some things are so sculptural, sculpture, not structure, sculpture, that because there are some rooms that cannot house anybody. In those days, you had some structures that were so sculptural that it was like that part wasn't housing anybody. So people used to argue, is that part architecture? It's like, what's it? There are some towers that do not house anybody. And some people argue that they are architecture, and some others say they are not architecture, they are sculpture, even though they are big. Like Triumph, Tower de Triumph. Where's the other one in Paris? What's that one called in Paris? Eiffel Tower and all that. So there's been arguments on which one is architecture, which one is sculpture and all that. But it's okay. At least this one has some sort of system about it. But the problem with this is that it did not create symmetry in the most important part of it. In the most important symmetry is, let me use your body to explain it to you. If somebody cuts you in half, this part and that part will be almost the same, exactly the same. That's symmetry. The two halves are balanced, are equal. That's why I use deconstructivism. Because deconstructivism doesn't even, the thinking is to go away from symmetry.
Architect or whatever, this is sculpture.
Now for you.
So I will leave it to the organizers to judge, because I have to run. I would have liked to stay and talk about it later. You can see from my talking that I like that kind of thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, sir. We do appreciate it, sir. So we leave it to ourselves to judge. This is sculpture.
No.
This is what? Structure. Please.
Nobody does. He has judged.
Okay, no worries. See, we're going to do this for you, right? You have to ask me. They raise your hands on this, right? No, I don't say hands and knees. So it can be obvious. You understand, right? So please, we have two items for the us over here.
Before you do that.
Yes, please.
Now, I want to state it before I start.
Yes, sir.
Most of our members have left already, so
Okay, sir.
it's possible to have more members and also.
All right, sir.
Not be balanced to what
Okay. So we should call someone out that is partisan, but is not partisan. In the sense that he's here, but he's not in any of these parties. Right? Okay, who can we call? Look around, please. Just call someone.
Why not we judge by
We're not calling someone. We are going to vote. Are we going to agree to one person's
No,
view?
not one person, not one person.
Ah.
There'll be three. There'll be three. More. There'll be three persons, right? So we have okay. I'm not going to call her because she's artisanal. So do you want us to vote? No. How many of us don't want to vote in here? You might be surprised if you guys might win, no? Please, let me signal the three of them. Yes, the architects. Hi, please, we need you guys to help us judge something over here. Aside the person on the block here. So we need the guy on the gray and her. Yeah. Yes, both of you here, please. We need somebody else also. Who can I call? Okay. Let's see. We want you guys to help us judge, right? So now we need three persons to vote on it. This can I be called Perpetual? Everything all together, right? Now the structure. Explain yourself to your right. Let's go.
I think we should. This judge should leave now because you're saying that it's going to crash, so it's also being biased.
I'm like, did it crash after you built it?
Yeah, yes, actually crashed. No, this is not a crash. This is not a crash. No, this is not what we intended from the beginning. I'm going to talk and I want to stop now. So, good day everybody. My name is Sheriff Abi. I'm supposed to introduce myself, right? Alright, okay, so this is a project from Group A. It's a flexible project. Why I say it's flexible because, like you said, it was a bridge before. It became a pavilion and now it's a beach house. Yeah, kind of. So it became a beach house. As you can see, there are some litters. It's not litter. You have to think critically to know what it is. These are sands where you can actually grow a garden with your family. Group B is disturbing my thought process.
I think that's alright.
Alright, so this is a 5-star luxury beach house. Do you understand? It is not. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It is not a disconstruction or whatever. It is a proper structure with a proper ecosystem. Why I say ecosystem? Because when you grow green vegetables, when you eat them, it nourishes your body. Do you understand? Do you understand? So it's a beautiful house, and it's not done as is. No, as is leaning. That's its style. That is design. That is design. Yeah, it's lighting. So our architects said that they want it to be slanting. So that's the design structure. It's not falling.
It was not a mistake.
Definitely not. What do you mean mistake? This is how it's supposed to be like. It's a proper beach house with some sands. Do you understand? And, yes, and we also, from, when you build the house, you have to put lights. These are our lights and they are white. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And you.
Yeah, so my name is Shalai and this is our project from Group B. So this is a structural framework for a shed, right, for relaxation. As you can see, it is properly built, well structured and well balanced. You can see the pillars, they are quite straight, not slanting. That was very, very intentional that we had to cut the pillars not to make it long so that it could balance out, because we did an earlier project which the pillars were long and then we just had to do, it didn't work out. So exactly. So that shows our flexibility. It shows how innovative we are. And how quick we are. So that's exactly why we built this. And you can see that it's quite open for cross ventilation. In case you are here and you don't want to feel heat, don't feel hot. There's breeze, for relaxation, exactly. So we had people in mind when we built this. You understand? So that you can stay there and you are quite relaxed. So thank you.
Thank you so very much. Now, over to you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Let me just say first impressions. There is a world that fits both of them. Let me say it like that.
So which one?
Exactly. There's a world where this would like be a good thing, and there's a world where this will also be a good thing. I feel like there's. I feel like there's a lot of things you said. Yeah, you said this was flexible, so this really is good. The only problem I have is that it doesn't look organized. No. Allow the judge to talk.
I want to correct judge is wrong.
Yes, you won't grade you.
No, judge they wrong. I'm correct the judge now.
It's organized. This is what you want it to look like. Where's the entrance?
There's no pillar here.
Where's the entrance? How many floors is this?
1 story.
How many floors?
1 story.
How many floors?
I don't even know if you're supposed to judge this like an apartment.
Okay, what I'll say is like, I guess like intentions, you had good intentions, or like, no, like when you guys were starting off, you had good intentions, like to create something. Yeah, intentions are good, but it's the perception that matters, the perception and the actions that matter. But intentions are good. But with this, I can see like it's a combination of forms. I can see that they had like creativity behind it. So this is like a rectangle, like a cube and a prism on it. I don't know if you get like we have geometry here and it is organized, it is it can text, like it is durable structurally. Yeah, I understand that it's a sand, but like I feel like maybe you're going for something more futuristic. So let's wait for that future. But now, in the present, I think I'll just go with this guy.
Future is actually bright.
Yeah, it's bright. Like you can model it and like put it, like it can be like it feels like a concept. It's still trying to move together. So yeah, I'll go for Bisha. Yeah, this.
I would.
It certainly doesn't seem as if I didn't say anything good about it. I feel like this is like a really good idea. I believe this is a really good idea. I think the only problem you have is you overdid certain things. I feel like if you had left the structure, that we could like clearly see the slants, clearly see, like if we could clearly see, well, you see all these other arrangements that you arranged. It would have been better if you had just left it as a structure. Because I can see the slants, but it looks like.
Don't touch it. I want to find
No. You don't get what I'm saying. Do you know how beautiful this would look if this wasn't here? If this wasn't here, but I could see how that slant was working. Do you get my point? Yes.
Oh, you're an architect.
Yes. Do you understand? And so that's why I like.
Do you know that 3 architects work on this?
I know, and I know one of them. I like how. I like this center point. I feel like you guys did something really good with the marshmallow here. Like I'm guessing this would have taken like precision. For exactly, it would have taken a lot of precision. So I feel like more thought. No, let me say it like that. I feel like a lot more precision went into this. And so, of course.
Okay, we have one person.
This will work too when it comes to
last person.
the only issue is that
Well, I think the only thing I want to say, as they say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I'm here to see the beauty here. I can't even understand the project. So as you said, probably there was more structure and more organization. Okay, you wanted to create something, you could have maybe drawn out, oh, this is how I want it, where we can visibly see the structure. But so I'll go for B. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And here we have our winner, right? We have A, who would have been the winner, but because of 1 or 2 and plenty, So now we have a winner, and the winner over here, I'll see you, is B. So you said so you want, actually we should come and take pictures. Please. Group B, please, let's take pictures. Yes, please come and take a picture. Group A, let's take a picture also. Group A, let's take a picture, please. Group A, let's take a picture. Let's take a picture, please.
He's overweight now, that's why.
Don't worry, just let's take a picture. Error. So we have group B over here and we have group A over here. Group B, where will be a very good background, here or here? Here, right? Okay. He started the thing. Anyway, group B, let's take a picture first. And show to the world that we've won. No, this is our background. So can you stay for me? So if you want to join group B, please let's take a picture now. Let's take it. Hi, I want to take a picture now. Of the winners. Wow. I mean, it's better than this. Hold on. I never judged. Sorry. Sorry. Don't take a picture. Okay, thank you so much. We think so. Group B, do you want to take picture with this or with this? Group B, Group A, sorry, do you want to take a picture with this or with this? Which one? Group A, so now we have a picture. So everything to left. He did not think about it. Yeah, Group A. I am we can try to go to the side or something. Find it out of the way. It's not for now, it's strong. Take it like this. No fear now. Group A. So how do we move it to the side? We're taking our pictures together. No, don't put it there, put it there. Let's shoot it. This one snap it. Let's drag it backwards, please. Yeah, Group A. Hey, please, let's take our picture. This is so lovely, honestly. So lovely, to be honest. No, it's so lovely. It's just that I can't see the future in it yet. Can you see? Even their pictures, information set point, it's not there. Sorry, apologies. Move out. Normally I would say France and Morocco, but then probably you guys are Portugal fans, that's why. Say bamboo now. Next time you say bamboo, it's fine. Thank you so much. I think I can now hand over the mic to. Thank you.
Alright, thank you everyone for this wonderful project. And we are going to the final thing we are having today. He is the founder of Global Bamboo Nigeria. The final. Let's have our seats. So we are done already. Wow. Alright, thank you very much for your patience. It has been wonderful having you guys around today. And we are going to the final session, our closing address and the final presentation of what we are trying to do. Alright, so and the final presentation and what we are trying to do here in Nigeria. Please, with a round of applause, let's clap for the founder of Global Bamboo Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Architect Toby. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, good afternoon. Thank you so much for staying behind up to this time. I won't be doing this alone because it is like a partnership project with a friend of mine. How will I introduce him like this? He's I want to bring the two together now. He's an architect, but along the line, that's what I said, Toby too. The guy just left architecture. So I think I'm the only one still reminding them that we studied architecture together now. So how far? No, don't leave me alone. So we partnered together to come up with the design. So Josh is an architect, he's a producer actually. And he was one that brought his equipment for this sound. You can see this studio mic. So he's a producer and an architect, a very good architect. We also served together in school, in politics. He was the ASA president, I was the ASA general secretary. So it's been a long time coming. I remember in 2011 we were doing a project together. So we've been together for a very long time, and I also want to recognize the presence of my other friends, Blueprints, Architecture Class 21. So we have Ose, we have Adiola, Ghost, we have Jai, we have of course Toby, Josh and myself. So I also want to recognize also my friends from NCCF. They're also here. I really thank you very much. So I'll just go straight to the presentation. So yeah, last year, that was I can assure you guys it won't take more time. So last year we did a pavilion. We did a pavilion in EcoBank Design and Build exhibition. We did a pavilion. We partnered with Peterson. Peterson is not here right now. Peterson is, I think Peterson also left me because he's not a big man. He's doing big projects. So, but we are still together in the backstage. So we did a pavilion together, and then we did the actual design. We built it. We were given just like 4 days, and we built it. That was December 25th, 2025. So, and of course, I would love to show you, but you can just go to our LinkedIn page to see what we did. So yeah, I'll go straight to this. So yeah, the Bamboo Beach House. So like I said, we started with the pavilion, and this year we decided that okay, we can actually go a bit further. So I called my friend, I called Josh. We had a conversation, and I told him what I really want to do, and we sat down together and we were able to come up with this design. It was a joint work. I did the layout, he did the roof structure. We did the conceptual, and then he actualized it. So I can't take away George from this project. So yeah, the Bamboo Beach House. So why beach house in the first place? So yeah, Bamboo House. You know, if you should ask someone to come and live in a bamboo house now, today, Or if I should, okay, let me even ask a question. If you are asked to live in this kind of space, will you have loved to stay in this kind of space? Maybe with bamboo, like you live there. You have, can I see hands? Yeah, just very few people. So the reason why we came up with this bamboo beach house is that we needed to experiment, and we needed people to have an experience even before we actually go to the actual housing journey. So imagine we have this in the beach, and people come to the beach, they stay there for 1 or 2 days, they have the experience, and then they feel like, oh, I can live in this kind of space. And then when we get reviews and we then say that okay, I think people are liking it, then we'll go further to the housing proper. So, but this is how the housing look like generally. If you are doing a bamboo house itself, we might not give this complex roof structure. This roof structure is just to show people that, okay, the bamboo, the beauty of bamboo is in its curve. If you see, yes, we can have bamboo in at a right angle, straight lines, and at an angle, but bamboo is beautiful when you see it in curves. So we thought that, oh yeah, let's stretch bamboo to its maximum potential, and so we came up with this roof structure. So and as you can see, there's a pavilion here also. So, but can you just scroll down to? So yeah, a hope that grows from the earth. I'll do my presentation up to an extent, then I'll hand over to Josh to talk about some other key features in the design, and then I'll talk majorly on the costing. So yeah, like I said, why did we choose bamboo? We want a situation where you can live in a space, and then okay, can someone just tell me how you feel in this space? Can someone just maybe signify and just tell me how you feel within this space? In this space we are, just tell me how you feel. Yes, this particular space. We've been here for about 3 hours, 4 hours. So can you just tell me how you feel, your experience? What comes to your mind when you see? Like, how do you feel in this space? Like, how does it make you feel? Okay. Thank you very much for that comment. She just explained her experience, and I would love to let you know that there are tiny bits of details that were put together to ensure that you have that experience. Especially the rock. If you are in a space where there's a rock, there's a different. If this was a tile, you have a different feeling entirely. So you can see that every bit of detail gave you that feeling. I'm going somewhere. And aside the rock, you discover that this is actually a container house. And you can see some natural features there. You can see the wall, you can see the clay finish, the paint on the wall, you can see the ceiling, giving different kind of experience. So yeah, this is just an illustration. We want people to have an experience they've never had before when they come into this space. We want them to come into this space and then feel differently. Have a feeling they've never had before. Can you just keep scrolling? Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, thank you. So yeah, is it visible enough? Can we all see the layout? This is the layout of the. I don't know if you can zoom in. This is actually our focus for this slide. Okay, don't worry. So I believe you can all see the layout.
So yeah, this is where I'll hand over to Josh because I think he's.
Alright, so Ezekiel, thank you very much for the beautiful presentation. I'll just take over from here. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So when we were conceptualizing the design, the major thing that came to our mind is functionality. Like when you move into this space, like what do you experience? Like how do you move? When you came inside the space, knowingly or unknowingly, the architect has conditioned your mind to how you move within the space. You can't say, I want to go there, and you pass through here. You have to go through this staircase because, it is intentional. So, going through this, you come here, through the stairs, you walk in. You can actually, go through two routes. It's a beach house, you need to feel like you can go through from any part of the building. So through the front access, from the kitchen, you go out. We have an island here where you can eat. So here we have the worktop. Then this is a mini cozy living room. Then from here just a little sit out where you can sit and just have a view of the beach. Then from here you access 2 bedrooms. You see it sharing a toilet space here. So from each of these spaces you can see that you can do your normal bedroom activities, read, just a house that makes you feel whole, makes you feel like it's part of a unit, a structure. So from here you can access to the upper floor. So everything here is just make you feel I'm in a house that feels this is one with nature. With the wood floor, the wood finishes, and the whole earthy. We made we were very considerate using this earthy feeling because we didn't want to use tile, so we used terrazzo there. So on the first floor, when you come down, you have a mini living room here where you can just stay, enjoy the view. So it's just for relaxation and making you feel at home, a resort. When you come to the beach house, you want to just enjoy the view, enjoy the resort, and just enjoy the space, enjoy nature. So aside from it being bamboo, we consider functionality, the feeling in that space, and the well-being of you being in that space. So this is over this living room here. You have a void. You can look through from here. So if you are on the ground floor, when you come to the first floor, you can see this. When you have guests, you just as it is here, you can come forward and check it downstairs. Then what else? Yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's a very, very simple and functional model. You can scroll down. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's for it's a terrace. Okay, that's a typographical this thing there's a door there. Yeah. There's a door there, but it's a sliding.
The couches.
Yeah.
You just take that couch or take off that part.
Yeah, but there's an access to it. So the exterior, wanted to not make it conventional. That's why we decided to go with something parabolic, because parabola on its sense, when you have straight lines and modular lines, you have there's something called compression force. When you stand on something, when you stand on a straight line, it bends. But when you distribute forces in a pattern, it flows. Let's say any force that's coming, it could be environmental, it flows down into this column. So the bamboo is also a reinforcement and a carrier of the force. Unlike this now, you needed this column here because if there's a tension, this place will sag. But now imagine it being curved. So if there's a tension here, it's distributing it here evenly. So the parabola is just a combination of several, curves, where you can go down a bit. Okay, so this is like a section. So when the bamboo comes here, we use stanchions to seal it into the earth. You can see the foundation here. So like when we bring it together, we anchor it to the ground, like for it to be firm. So you can look at the roof structure. Also inside the bamboo, like I wanted it to feel like this. Like when you're in this space, it feels like you are one with the building. It's like, even though this is steel, it's meant to feel like a warehouse or mechanical, but it feels African. It feels soft in a way because of like you can see the went for here, and through the front we have like vents, like ventilation to the roof and to like each part of the building. So you can scroll down a bit. Yeah, so these are like the details. So I'll hand over to Ezekiel.
Yeah, thanks so much. I believe when we saw the walls for the plan, you must have been wondering how we came about the wall. So yeah, if you look at the normal block wall building, there are blocks laid upon each other, high, and then I believe you know how we build the normal conventional buildings. But now, this time around, we want to use, there's a bamboo composite wall. I'll call it a bamboo composite wall because there's a detail to it. This one shows how bamboo be bent. Yeah, there are techniques to bending bamboo. This is the slit technique. There are other techniques to that, but for now, we might just be dwelling more on this technique. But like I said, once we start the actual building and we discover that this might not work, we might use the other technique. But now the composite wall is very interesting. I really love the composite wall. It's very, very interesting. So this is like a detail. So this is a framework. I don't know if I don't want to be. So yeah, there's a framework. You can see this is skeleton. Of course, this is the foundation. The foundation that goes down. This part is below the ground, or you can actually raise it above the ground, depending on the design and also depending on the soil of the land. So yes, so this is the framework. There is a bamboo frame. Then these are bracing. Just to brace it for it to bend. This is like clay. This is like mud. So there are, these are iterations to further lower the cost of building, because the idea behind all this we are doing is to say that okay, with 5 million you can build a bamboo house. We'll get to the costing aspect so there's a bracing and there is a wire mesh. It's not legible enough, but there's a wire mesh. There are layers to it. There's a wire mesh and there's another bamboo layer, and then the wire mesh is actually outside, and then after the wire mesh, then we have the final coating. I believe you might not get it completely, but okay.
So it's like you are having bamboo as the reinforcement of the wall, as for here, but the finish feels like concrete or laterite. Like this now, you don't know what is inside the wall, but it is finished. So inside the wall, like we have bamboos together, standing as like the force. So here you can decide to finish it with anything. Like this now, this is a mud finish. It is a finishing on the wall. So we can decide to use board, can decide to use, any method of finish. So we just decided, okay, this, some people might like clay, so we use clay. While this, some people might like cement board. So some people still want like, oh, I want to paint my wall white, I want to paint it pink. If you want to do that, you can achieve it like through the cement board. So it's a finishing, and these are the reinforcements for it.
This is more to the entrepreneurship part, the architectural part in me. I'm still bringing it back again. So can you just take it down a bit? Okay. We have these are the order in which it will be built. We have the site works and material prep, the substructure, the steel floor platform. I'm sorry, these terms might not be familiar to you, but
You can just imagine. And then we have the bamboo superstructure. Superstructure is the structure above ground level. Then we have walls and windows, of course. They are familiar walls. We have then the roof, finishes, and then handover. So, yeah. So yeah, the building is actually 80 square meters. You can see it's a very portable building. It's just 80 square meters. I think it's about, let's say, half of this place, or about 70% of this place will give us 80 square meters. Can you? Now, this is where it gets interesting. So the cost breakdown. So I would have loved that our panelists are here because they are very much concerned with the costs. So yeah, the average conventional building, the cost per square meter is between 200,000 to 300,000. The cost per square meter. Square meter means like, yeah, length times breadth. That's square meter, length times square meters. So 300K. So you can now calculate the square meters. We've been able to achieve 193K per square meters for a bamboo structure. I think it's fair.
I think right now it costs per square meter more than 200.
It will be more than 200K. Like, you know, yes, we need to factor inflation. So, but I'm just using that. Let's just say 200. Well, let's just say 300 and above for a normal concrete building. So, but we've been able to achieve let's say 190K per square meter for bamboo building. So now, to build this structure without labor, I intentionally separated it so that we can understand. So actually build the structure without labor. Okay, let's assume that the people that will be building it are doing it for free. If they are building it for free, then it will cost 9 million to build the structure we just presented. Building it will cost 9 million minus the cost of labor. There will be. The reason why I separated it because this cost can still go down further because we will bring together local artisans. We can train them, and then we are not bringing professionals. We are bringing together local people. We train them, and then we build. So the cost of this will go down drastically, but I'm just giving us a practical idea of the cost of labor. So now, in summary, it will cost 9 million to build that structure. 9 million. Does it sound, I don't know if you are familiar with, does it sound like you can build a whole structure with 9 million? How does it sound? How does it sound? It sounds, because this is actually the selling point. The selling point is the cost. Because imagine you pitching to an investor and telling him that, okay, we can have this so number of units at this particular amount. We can just give him a range because we need to still build a prototype to get the exact cost. This is just like a tentative cost because when you get to the real life construction, the real life project, there are variations to it. So, but this will actually give us a picture that this is what we are working with. So, and like I said, the labor is we are bringing together local artisans. We are bringing carpenters. So we'll train them and we'll come up with a proper design. So the number of bamboos we'll use actually will be around roughly between 600 to, I won't use up to that. 600, let us say between 500 to 600 poles. I just gave the maximum, like in case there are any errors in construction, so that we have extra bamboo. So 850 poles, and at 1,500 per pole. I think I went with the normal rate, 1,500 per pole. But we can still further reduce this cost if we are the one planting the bamboo. Imagine we are the one harvesting it. We have our own farm, we have our own plantation. We don't have to buy bamboo. So the cost will be deducted from this. So you can see we can further bring down this cost if we meet up to this requirements. Take for instance, we have a 50 hectares of land. Imagine. Recently, my boss just introduced me to someone who is already working with bamboo that we'll partner with. I was even shocked. He has about 50 hectares of land that he wants to harvest bamboo. So, and he says that he's very intentional about it. So imagine we push government to, we have enough land. Imagine we have hectares of land, and we have the reason why the concrete, the cement industry is still has not faded is because we have people that are producing, they are producing cement every single day. Like the factory is working. That's why the construction industry is still moving. So if we want to sustain the longevity of the bamboo construction industry, we need a stable supply chain, right from the farmer down to the factory for processing and so on and so forth. So can you just go down? So I also splitted it further to two phases. There are two phases because because of cost, because convincing people to drop money now. I've had experience just even for this event. I know what I went through before. You have to be able to convince them, and when you are pitching to someone that has the money, he has the money, but you have to make him see that I don't have to spend too much money, although eventually he will drop the whole money. But when you see that I don't have to spend too much money, then he will be willing to at least drop the money. So I divided it further into two phases. The first phase is the habitable core, which is just the building, excluding the external features around the site. So we have the substructure, the floors and stairs, the superstructure, the wall system, the windows, doors, roof assembly, finishes, treatment, the services and the MEP, which is the mechanical, the electrical wire and the plumbing features, and also contingency. Contingency includes like inflation and so on and so forth. So yeah, we can still further reduce it to 7 million. Because the other 9 million, like I said, we are not considering labor. Because if we add labor, it will be about 13 million. So we can further bring it down to 7 million because we can, let's say, we just want to build the structure, just for people to see, without the external features like the landscaping and other hard features on the site. We can build it with just 7 million naira, excluding, excluding the cost for labor. Because I said for labor we can train local people and then it will further drastically lower the cost. But if we are being practical, we will spend this amount of money. So yeah, then the other phase, which is the phase 2, we have the completion and refinement. So I just separated because this is just like about 1.7 million. We have the external wall, the glazing upgrade, second bathroom. I actually separated some parts. We have the finishes upgrade, built-in elements, power lighting upgrade, have like landscaping. This is what will make the project like a whole, but we can actually further separate it. So phase 1 cost, like I said, this cost is including labor, which we can still further bring down. Phase 1 costs about 13 million naira, roughly. Yes, let's say 13 million naira. Phase 2, 2 million naira. So the total is about 16 million naira, including the labor cost. And I said that for labor cost, we can train artisans and we can further reduce the cost, because as time goes on, we'll begin to bring together local artisans, carpenters, because these people are familiar with wood. We'll bring welders that will help us create some kind of welded template to bend bamboo. So we'll bring in local people from our country, and then we can bring someone from the outside to train them, and then from there we can go from there. So I don't know if you can, do we still have other things there? So yeah, this is just like a summary. The beauty time within 6 to 12 months, because this is just like a prefab, because the wall systems will be prefabricated. That's the structure that we brought to site. Then there's a method of construction that can make it very fast.
between 6 to 12 months. So then carbon footprint. This is just the comparison between the bamboo building and the normal conventional building. Just like one of the speakers said, she said carbon footprint. Carbon footprint for a conventional building is very high. And for a beach house, which because, of course, majority of the material is bamboo, it emits oxygen and then taking carbon dioxide. Also material source. Like I said, there's something interesting about bamboo is that it grows like a banana. As you're harvesting it, you don't have to like, unlike trees that you have to plant and plant and plant. This one, once it has become a plantation, you don't have to plant again, because as you are cutting down, it is renewing itself. It is another one is already growing, another one is growing, another one is growing. So that's one interesting about bamboo. It renews. So natural beauty. For conventional building, you have to apply finishing. Although there's a concept in architecture called brutalism, that you see architecture in, you see the concrete the way it is. But also, bamboo wood generally is beautiful. Cost efficiency, which is very, very important, and then climate resilience. Can you just go down? So I wanted to show something. So grow like bamboo. Yeah, let's go to the last stage. So yeah, so I just want to. This is our, I just did a presentation of a tiny bit from this whole. This is like a picture of what I want to achieve. What I want to achieve actually is, I actually did this conceptual design, that was 2023, just to show people that, okay, this is what we are, this is the long-term vision. That if we can propose to the government that, okay, we just need 2 acres of land in each community. This is 2 acres of land, 1 acre for development, the other acre for plantation. Do you believe that one interesting thing about this design is that it's a, I'm looking for the grammar to use now. I'll just say it's a country on its own, that it is self-sufficient. If everything I've planned is put in place within this land, it can be self-sufficient. Because, take for instance, we have a plantation, and then there'll be a processing plant here. There'll be a processing plant, a factory there. So people can even from here export bamboo. Like I said, it is self-sufficient. The people here can earn a living just from this plantation. So this is our vision. Like I said, we are starting with a beach house, but as time goes on, we will refine the design and then come up with a fixed building, a building that people can actually stay and live in, and then we can achieve our vision. So I don't know if Josh have one other things to say before we.
Yeah, so like basically this is a sustainable, a sustainable ecosystem. We see how like bamboo is a waste, like, in daily construction, it is a waste. Once they are done, they throw it, the environment is like, it's hazardous. But right now, like, we can put it to good use. And even like, we can use it for, apart from building, products, like, the vision is limitless with bamboo. So guys, thanks a lot for, paying attention to our presentation.
Thank you so much. So thank you so much everyone for paying attention. I don't know if you have any question before we round up. And also I would just like to say this, that in case you still want to stay around, we have this place till like 5 p.m. You can still hang around if you want to till 5 p.m. There are games. I told someone to bring pad. I don't know if the person brought pad. So there are games. We can play. We'll find out. So there are board games. You can play game and just enjoy yourself, and then by 5 we still have some time to stay around, network. I really wish we had more time with the speakers. It was because we started late. I was so surprised. They came exactly 9 a.m. and I actually sent them the plan so that they can come at that time where they'll be speaking, but I guess they didn't go through it because they're busy. My mind is that, they would have gone through. They didn't check it, so they just came exactly 9. So, and of course they have other things to attend to. So I don't know if there are anyone that is not in the community, because as time goes on, like I said, this is a big a big sorry, there's some words that's skipping my head now. This is a big. No, it's not movement. This is a big leap. Yes, a big leap achievement. Because yesterday I was with someone. Someone invited me. It was actually my boss that connected me. Invited me. Like I said, he said he has 50 hectares of land, and he said he was really happy that we have this initiative whereby we advocate for people to know about bamboo. So every year we'll be advocating. As time goes on, we get enough funding. We can be doing it twice a year. I'm even thinking as time goes on, we'll bring in some African countries, because Magdalena is a very strong person in that area. She has networks in Ghana, but we just want things to be in place and in order before we can do something very massive, because we'll bring in people for exhibitions. So like I said, I met with this man yesterday. He has about 50 hectares of land. The representative actually came. They could not wait because I would have called them to introduce themselves and talk a bit of what they do. So he told me that, okay, we need to bring in people together that really want to build something with bamboo. People from different fields, agriculture. So if you love to join this community, because as time goes on, you'll be meeting these people. As time goes on, we'll be doing big things. So I will just let you know that if you are interested in joining the community, you can see Toby, you can see me, you can see any person, and then drop your contact there. We'll be added to the committee so that it can be updated as time goes on, because I really want us to do great things together, and I believe we can, and I know we will. From computer science, creatives, we have people from urban and regional planning, we have quantities, we have, and so on and so forth. So thank you so much for coming, and I look forward to seeing us do great things. Oh, you have a question? Okay, please go on.
Alright, should I stand up?
Yeah, no, you can sit. You can sit down.
Alright, so I'm looking at it from the business perspective, because every idea, every innovation has the business side of it, and that's where I kind of understand. So let's say I'm an investor. What are the threats attached to this innovation? What's the SWOT analysis like? I know we talked about the opportunities it brings, the strengths. What's the threats like?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the major, can I also sit down?
Yes, please.
So yeah, the major threat actually is durability. Yeah, because most people are concerned about how long bamboo will last. Will it last long, or probably at some point we'll have to pull it down and do another structure, and so on and so forth. Yeah, we've had of course, after building a structure, there should be a maintenance culture, there should be a maintenance system that should be built around the building to like keep it running, because without maintenance it will just without you say depreciate. So yeah, first of all is the treatment. Bamboo needs to be well treated. There are, okay, let me tell you this interesting fact. Although there are different species, there are different species across each countries. I think African bamboo is the same species, but those in Europe and those in the European bamboo, the Chinese bamboo, there are different species. So the one in China and the one in Japan, they've lasted, I don't want to exaggerate, but over 50 years, even close to 100. So I would not say that ours will last as long as that, because their climate is also a factor. Climate is also a factor to considering durability. Unlike concrete, because concrete is something that no matter how rain falls, it will see. That's why you can see that we have a lot of wooden houses in America, because the climate actually favors the material. But in Nigeria, where we have a lot of rainfall, Nigeria is like a jungle, and there are a lot of some things can just attack. And now we are in rainy season, we need to. But one thing I just thought of is that bamboo also grows in Nigeria, so we can also come up with innovations to make our bamboo also last longer, and we cannot do that without experimenting. So this is just like an experiment, and then we can now begin to observe, like I said, to be a beach house, because people might not trust its durability to want to stay and make it your permanent home. So like I said, to be a beach house, because over time, of course, beach house, people just come, stay, so we get reviews and we begin to monitor it as time goes on. So yeah, but basically, okay, yeah, so yes, so but basically the durability is one major factor, and then the cost. Although the cost, we've proved that the cost can be, compared to conventional building, we can be lowered, it can be affordable, but it's until we step into, like I said, when we become practical, we do it real life, and we now document because there'll be, as we are taking each step, we need to document, and so that we are very, very practical. So when we are giving a cost breakdown in the future, we know that it is a template. It's not, if you give us 10 million, it is 10 million that will build it and finish it. This one, there are still some variations, but once we experiment and then we're able to come up with a fixed figure, someone can just drop, let's say to build 10 units is about, let's say 10 million, it will be 10 million. Because it's not like, although, over time, inflation can arise. Like I said, if we have our own bamboo plantation, we won't be affected by it. Because imagine we are buying the bamboo from somewhere else and the demand is high, they raise the price, it will affect the cost of building. But imagine we are building, we have our own plantation, we can control inflation. So, the two major concerns are just durability and the cost. So, Josh.
Yeah, so like on the issue of durability, concrete on its own, like it is a composite. Like you have concrete and you have steel. Like they are two different like elements, but they come together to like work as one. So for this bamboo now, the bamboo is majority of like what we are using. But like you could see when we are talking about, we have like stanchions and we have finishes. So it's like it's coming with other materials to like make it more durable. It's not like it's only bamboo. In bamboo, as it's bending, we can also add like steel. We can add like things to make it a whole composite. So like bamboo is the forefront, but we are combining its weakness. We are looking for materials that will strengthen it. So on the issue of durability.
I have one question.
Right.
Now that we talked about the pricing already, that's like me looking at the competitive advantage of it to like the whole concrete thing that we all know about. So now I wanted to ask that question, but your presentation answered it. But now that we spoke about the durability, about running some tests, that will still bring about more costs in the future, right? So when we add the costing of maybe when we're done with the research and figuring out how durable it can be and adding the cost into our current cost analysis, whatever we've done right now. So what would the competitive advantage truly be? Do you understand? To like the normal,
As regards the normal building, I think it's already selling it. Like if I have something cheaper and it's durable, people want it.
Okay. So if you talk about square meter, I don't know anything about
Okay, square meter, it's
what's
like
the practical
the
vision like? How can I visualize that?
okay, we want to visualize like that's floor plan that we did. Let's say from here to a little bit behind this steel column. You get, or a little bit wider, such that you can see like the living rooms, they are very cozy. Like we were meticulous about like the spacing. Outside of the furnitures, you have circulation. So it's just furnitures and circulation. It's not like I have one living room that I can play tennis all around. Like it's very, very functional. It's a beach house. Like if you go to like a place like Brazil or Kenya, it's like just meticulously like planned for like that purpose. But if you now want a bamboo house whereby you want like space and everything, yes, the hair will now like craft it after it has been tested. Because even concrete had like years, like a scientific process goes through observation, your theories. Then after coming up with your theories, you now like know that this works. So even concrete for the longest, that was why the Roman empires before they had like they had there was nothing like axe before. They brought in axe when they noticed that concrete can't stand that long. That's why you see all those old Greek temples, they have columns. Then the Roman empires, they were able to build, they were able to build way more because they experimented. So even concrete itself has gone through years of scrutinization before in the 1980s they were able to find out that, if you add steel to this stuff, it strengthens it. So this process, it will be way faster, because we have AIs, we have technologies to make everything faster. But still in this stage, we are still going back and forth to check it out. So, and if we are in a country that actually supports innovation, it will be way faster for us. But right now we are, putting all the resources we have together. Does that answer your question? Okay.
So thank you so much. I just want us to check this video. This is a bamboo house in Bali. So I want us to have a view of what is already existing. I don't know if you have seen already, but so this is a video. You just play it and then we just see. It's just like a walkthrough through a bamboo resort house. So you can just play it. So enjoy. So I just want us to pay attention to the details and to the material, and you'll begin to see that just like my brother said, that bamboo is not the only material used, but most of the materials is bamboo. So So yeah, so that's all. I believe we've been inspired. I believe it's possible. Very soon, I believe we'll have something like this in Nigeria, also Lagos, and other parts of our country. It's one of the visions we are pursuing, and trust me, we are going to achieve it because we are on that path already. We are on that path already. So thank you so much for coming. I can't appreciate you enough. Like I said, we're so sorry for starting late, and just thank you for your patience because this is already 4 o'clock and we're still here. So thank you so much. I want to also appreciate the volunteers and every other person that came together to make this program a success. Also thank Toby, Clement, and other of my friends that came from all the way from Akure to be part of this program. So thank you very much. And Sheriff, I didn't know Sheriff was around. The guy didn't tell me he's in Lagos, so thank you for coming. And also, I just remembered, oh my God, please, sorry, can I invite our brother, bro? Sorry, I don't want to use bro. He's an accountant. So he's an accountant, and please, can you join my hands together for Sholaye? He's a friend of mine, and I think I need to say this publicly that we've been together for a long time, and I've sent a proposal to him that once the company is fully established, I want it to be our CFO. He's a good friend, and he will be coming to talk about. He has a movement also whereby he brings together Africa founders, interview them, and he will talk more about it. And I just remember, I'm so sorry. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Ezekiel, for the warm invitation. Hi everyone, good afternoon. So I'd just like to start with a question, really. So how many people here know the name of the person that discovered Zip? Zip. Probably no one, right? And yet, almost everyone here used one this morning. And here's another question. How many brilliant founders across Africa are actually building something incredible and nobody has heard about them? That's so many, like probably thousands. You get, and that's exactly the problem. Not because there are not many people that are building, not because they're not solving real problems, but because their stories are not just being told. And before I continue, here's another question. I just like that by a show of hands, let's just raise our hands. How many people here have gotten a really great idea while taking a shower? Now, how many actually did something about it? Just few hands, right? So that just shows that ideas are everywhere, but execution is rare. And telling the stories behind such execution is even rarer. So my name is Shola Egreja, as Ezekiel has rightly mentioned, and I'm the founder of The Balance Hustle, or simply put, TBH. So at TBH, we believe something very, very simple. We believe that Africa doesn't have a talent problem. Africa has a visibility problem. Now, it's interesting to know that Africa actually has the highest entrepreneurship rate in the whole world. Nigeria has one of the youngest populations of anywhere in the world, right? And that just shows the kind of capacity and the kind of what we can do as Africans and even Nigerians. So across Africa, there are so many founders, so many people who are building incredible products across finance, across investments don't happen, collaboration doesn't happen, inspiration doesn't spread, and opportunities just pass by unnoticed. So a couple of months ago, I made an interview with Ezekiel here. Now, when you hear of bamboo, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? For most people, scaffolding, right? Or maybe even the stick that your parents used to threaten you when you were, as if your parents used bamboo to threaten you. But Ezekiel looked at bamboo and then he asked a different question. He said, what if this bamboo could be the solution to Nigeria's housing challenge. And that's exactly what innovation looks like. Innovation is not always inventing something new. Sometimes it's just seeing what everybody else has ignored. That's exactly what innovation is. When we interviewed him, he said something very, very critical. He said, if you can explain your vision in one sentence, that means that you truly understand it. And his own vision is to build affordable homes, and everything you see here, just revolves around that vision. And that's exactly why I started the Balance also. Because I started the Balance also not just to report news, but to tell the stories of the people that are actually building Africa. Because every successful business was once an unbelievable idea, and every great founder was once unknown. So I'll leave you with this thought. The next great African business may already exist. The next innovation in healthcare or housing may already exist. The next transformation in education may already exist. But the problem is, will the world ever hear about them? That's exactly why I set up the Balance also, so that the builders of Africa don't stay hidden. We can tell their stories. So if you are here now and you are building a company, you are solving a problem, or you are changing the way we look at things conventionally, we would love to tell your story. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Shola. All right, thank you. Would you have the prefix to your name, aside Mr. Shola? All right, thank you very much. That was very profound. Thank you very much for that. All right, so we are done already. Thank you everyone for the patience to participate in Global Bamboo Expo 3.0 and 4.0 would. So you can, in this kind of event, you should be able to network, talk to people about your business. One of the architects came around. One of the architects that came around, Ezekiel met him in an event. That's the founder for Global, and currently they still work together till date. So, all right, you can just. So you are doing anything that you are
Hi everyone. It's nice seeing all your beautiful faces today. My name is Halima Akinola, and I'm a private chef, a professional chef actually. And I'm also a founder of a functional beverage brand that is designed to specific wellness goals. So when people are actually trying to make healthy drinks, that it's just like a one size fits all solution, okay, just take something healthy, something fresh, but it is not tailored to individuals, because I believe everybody has their own wellness goal. You may want to be somebody that would like to add weight, you might want to bulk up, you might want to maintain your body, your BMI, and you may want to just wellness goals. We have one for hydration that is rich in antioxidants and vitamin C, and we also have a meal replacement smoothie that really helps with people that are trying to bulk up, with something very healthy. Because in the process of you trying to bulk up, you tend to just accept everything you see. When they tell you, oh, this has maybe 100 grams of protein, you just eat it, you don't even know what is inside. So that's how we designed our own meal replacement smoothie to tailor to people that actually want to add up and bulk up and actually work out and work for what they're actually trying to achieve. Then we also have a smoothie that actually helps with bloating, because I suffered bloating many times because I'm a chef, so I'm always binging on lanes, and I saw how destructive it can be to your gut health. So one of our smoothies actually help people, our consumers, with digestion and post-meal heaviness. So pretty much that's yeah. Nice to meet everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, I think Okay. Thank you everyone for coming around. Thank you very much for your patience once more. Global Bamboo Expo, it doesn't end here. It's a movement, like we said. It's continuous. We have to keep at it, and that is why we are here. And this is why Global Bamboo Expo 4.0, Global Bamboo Expo 5.0, 6.0, 7.0, and yeah. So, like, we are not stopping. All right. So basically, we started with prayer. We are going to be ending with prayers. Yeah, it's very important. All right. So who would pray for us as we end Global Bamboo Expo 3.0? Please pray for us.